Drake fans have declared war on Nas. What's up, words? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those cash out to CLBMG. Join that membership, and all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. So, I'm going to speak on this because if you're on Twitter at any point, I told you these Drake fans, they really run Twitter. They don't run any other social media, gang. I can go on any other platform, Blue Sky, YouTube, Instagram. I can go anywhere. For some reason, they've all gathered. They've gathered, like, I don't know what you want to call them. I'm not going to say roaches, but something else, right? I'm not going to go that low on them, but they're on Twitter. Heavy, gang. And anything I put on Twitter, I can say something about any other artist. It's like a blip in the night. I say something about Drake, they come through in droves, drive my shit up like it's crazy. And they've decided that as a collective, they are at war with Nas, gang. I'm going to put up this little post from one of these Drake fans. He's in essence blaming old heads, right? He's blaming us for Nas's failure with this new record. And I need to explain what I mean. So Drake fans have been at odds with Nas for a few months now. Ever since Nas said that Kendrick was the North Star of rap. He also praised Kendrick in a couple other ways. He said he wanted to work with Kendrick and a couple other things. He just said nothing but what you should say in hip hop. Kind things about another artist, right? But where we're at now is, first of all, these are not, I'm just 100% convinced, this is not even a debate, that most of these Drake fans are not hip hop fans, they're Drake fans. So we need to form a new form of music. We need to call it Drake Hop or something, just so we can get these guys away from here. They're not fans of this culture. But this is where we are now. You cannot say nothing bad about Drake, but they will still attack you if you say something good about Kendrick or somebody that they've already decided is against Drake. So back in the day, you could say, yo, Ice Cube is cold. That dude's nasty. And you could say, yo, I love MC Ren. I love Eazy-E. They're dope, right? And the whole culture would understand all three of those artists in their own right are great. And they would leave it at that. No, not the Drake Hop fans. No. Now nowadays, if you say, yo, I like Kendrick, he's a good rapper, right there, you've gotten yourself 6 months of misery. If you go on to say Kendrick is leading hip hop the way it should go, now you bought yourself 6 more months, maybe a year and a half of misery. Now, if you go on to say, I would like to work with Kendrick, oh God, now you're 2 years of misery from Drake fans, and they will hold you to them 2 years, if not more. So now, the prediction is for Nas, sad to say, and I got a whole video coming out about this, but the prediction for Nas and Premo's new album, which I still don't believe these numbers, but the prediction is that it's going to do 5,000 units moved. I'm going to call bullshit. I'm going to say impossible. There's no way. There's no way that the thing did 5K. But in true hip-hop fashion, we don't care about the numbers. Nas is selling a lot of vinyl, right? Everybody's buying physical from Nas. They're supporting Nas in a different way. Right? So, end of the day, Nas is going to be fine. Premo's going to be fine. And yes, we do have some issues with a lot of the hip-hop heads that were, the album, that they had the issues with the beats, so they jumped out in front of it first. I told you we need solidarity. We didn't get it. A lot of you guys had this, that, and the third to say. A lot of people loved it. More people loved it than not. I'm just going to be honest. The loudest voices in the room were the people saying that the beats were underwhelming, this, that, and the third, right? That's fine. But at the end of the day, hip-hop in itself kind of didn't come together on the thing as a unit like we should have and could have. And so, therefore, possibly the units didn't do what it expected. Excuse me. So, at that point, once that stuff came out, Nas had already chose a side, right? So they're looking at this thing where you can't say nothing good about Kendrick because then they're going to attack you like they did Pusha T and everybody else who came out this year that had anything other than nasty things or they kept quiet. So Drake fans, like I said, they're not hip-hop. They're not going to listen to Nas under no circumstance either way. They wasn't going to play it either way. But they just like when they ran with the Joey Badass narrative, Anybody that had something to say about Kendrick, they ran with it, so they supported it, or they would not support somebody who didn't have something bad to say about Kendrick. So Nas is predicted to do 5K. So at this point, these guys are out in droves laughing, making these long-ass posts, and just being the obnoxious, pathetic fan base we know that they are, right? They could care less about what Nas got going on, but this is not new. They were laughing last time when Nas did 30K, right? Which was outselling most of the artists out at that time, but they were trying to clown him for doing 30K when he was doing the Hit Boy King's Disease stuff, right? And when he won the Grammy, this, that, and the third. They were trying to clown him for doing 30K. Because they hate to see us happy, right? The people on the hip-hop side, when we're like, yo, big up and Nas, yo, Nas is coming, da-da-da. They are watching and waiting. They just got issues with this. Because we do not put the bubble bath rapper in regards to a Nas we've already established 3-4 years ago. Stop with this conversation. They want you to be like this. Well, shit. The top five, fuck it. Let me just give it to you like this. It's fucking Jay-Z, it's Biggie Smalls, Nas, Drake, and then fucking whoever else y'all old heads want. But you gotta stick Drake in there. Look how many units he said. Look how many streams. Shit, nigga been holding it down. So it's like all they want you to acknowledge this guy. So now that we've established, we don't acknowledge him in the top 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100. We don't acknowledge him at all because he has ghostwriters and he's mad fugazi. Right? Let's just be honest. So at the end of the day, they know this. It hurts. It's like a real bad case of heartburn. They can't get rid of it. They know. They love this guy. They love that he's the #1 stream artist on Spotify. Right? That's not because of his hip hop music gang. Let's keep this coming. We gotta let these motherfuckers know he ain't that big because of rapping. But they conflate the two. Right? He got a lot of love ballads. He got a lot of songs for girls and strippers and this, that, and the third. But it ain't for the rapping. Right? Some of the rap songs did really well. But it ain't that he's just this amazing rapper. So they want to conflate the two and make it like, put him at the top. He's the biggest hip-hop artist in the world. He's been on top. He's running the game for us 15 years. So they want that to count. And when we don't let it count, they got to be like, well, who do you motherfuckers revere? Because we'll tear their ass down until I told you, they can't. They're trying to tear hip-hop down as a whole. They're trying to tear the word culture down. They're trying to tear the lyrical, miracle shit. Everything that you love is some MAGA shit. Just, we're going to reverse everything that you like. Oh, you motherfuckers like Obama? Well, we're going to rip his ass apart. Like, whatever you like, they're going to fucking twist it and turn it. So, end of the day, they're turning everything upside down, right? They turn Pusha T upside down. They tried. They can't. They tried. They're trying to turn Nas upside down. These motherfuckers don't even like Jay-Z no more. So, it's like everything that we say, okay, Jay's in, you're out, then we got to rip Jay down. So now it's Nas' turn. Nas dropped this on with Premo, and the first thing a lot of you guys like, yo, the beats is whatever, which is whatever. I told you had to write your opinion. Some of you guys were disrespectful, but at the end of the day, you said it. First thing a Drake fan never heard the album, first thing you're going to do is find your tweet saying that the beats is mid, and then they're going to create a whole narrative. I told you every morning they do that live stream, that Zoom call, that bubble bath rapper Zoom call, bubble bath rapper and friends. So they get on there every morning to make up narratives. Well, today was Nas's turn. And for the last couple of days, that narrative that the album was mid and the beats were outdated became the #1 sticking point, right? They really can't get on Kendrick, gang. You got to understand, Kendrick, the world tour is very successful. All of the Australian shows were mopped. They were packed out. They were completely packed. Lighters in the air, phones up. It wasn't even a debate. So, that narrative not working no more. They ran that play so many times about the shows not being sold out, only for the real videos to come out, the real pics to come out. People really at the show. Yeah, it contrary to popular belief, they scanned the whole stadium, the shit packed out from end to end. Then we started hitting them with actual facts. Well, you're not gonna put seats behind the goddamn stage because they can't see it. They can't sell those seats, dumbass. They going to show the seats behind the stage. You can't contractually sell seats behind the stage. So stuff started to, the real word started to get out. People started to ignore the shit, so they can't really attack K-Dot no more. He went to Australia, did way more money in Australia than Drake did. Drake canceled 4 shows. I told you, nigga got tired of the mosquitoes and the heat. Motherfucker had a 13-day layover. He's like, oh yeah? Not me. Gas up the jet. Nigga went home. Him and Chubbs got in the jet, got the fuck out of there. Say, yeah, we be back soon. They got home. Like, we ain't never going back. So no, they can't attack K-Dot right now. K-Dot, he's smiling. They said they got the video came out of him with the mask on and the shades, right? They try to attack that. Yo, he's so scared. It's silly shit. So they don't have nothing on Dot. So it's like you look around the room. You need something. You're like, what the fuck? Oh, fucking Nas came out. Let's get this motherfucker. Didn't he say K-Dot was the North fucking star? Yeah, get this nigga. So now they on Nas ass, right? And this 5K, it ain't a good, let's just be honest. I'm gonna keep it a buck. No, we don't care about streams. And I'm gonna stand on that. Hip-hop never, Nas just did the interview. Hip-hop never cared about streams. Back in my day, we didn't care about streams. We didn't. We never cared about it. Let me explain what happened with this. When hip-hop was coming up, we weren't getting the numbers. We weren't getting on Billboard. So when somebody achieved it, when somebody went gold, somebody went platinum, it was a big deal. So we started saying, yo, we went gold, B, it went platinum, B, da, da. So that was a badge of honor for the whole culture. We all celebrated it. Then it became individualized because a lot of people started doing it. So now it was like, shit, you didn't go gold. Latifah went gold, you didn't go. So then it turned into, I am better because I went gold. I'm better because I went platinum. So it turned into a thing where the rapper it wasn't celebrating the culture, it started to be individualized. So now it's to the thing, it's the point where if I go platinum, I'm better. I'm the best. And that's where we're at now. So now we use that as a measuring stick to say, this guy's better than that guy, right? Even though KRS-One made some of the best music in hip-hop history, pure hip-hop, he couldn't outsell a Diddy, couldn't outsell a Jay-Z. So therefore, they became representatives of the culture, and they started saying, well, hip-hop is a growing art form. 10 million, Jay-Z has a diamond record, right? For A Hard Knock Life, and this, that, and the third. So now they started to measure you, well, you can go diamond, so why don't you? So now if you go diamond or whatever, sell 3 million, Ja Rule come out the gate, do four platinum, then you started measuring to that shit. So then we had the early 2000s where everybody's selling units, and now all we care about is units. Are you following so far? So now it has become a thing where somebody like the Bubble Bath rapper, who clearly was, from day one, they saw what he could be. They saw the two different markets. He get hit, let's just be honest. He can hit this market because he can say the N-word. He can hit that market because he's one of them, and he can combine the two. They saw it very, very, very early on, and they were like, yes, let's put him in every market. So they started to push him a certain kind of way. And he's really only one of the few that can tap in to both sides and walk the thin line, right? So he's able to use that. Like they say, Eminem says it himself, yo, I know this blonde mop I got on top. This has propelled me to where Eminem knows that he was the same thing. He can walk both markets and this, that, and the third. Even though he's a dope lyricist, write all his raps, don't fuck around, he still benefits from being white, right? So at the end of the day, Drake could walk both sides and play one side against the other and be successful. So now they can use that to sell records. Now it looks like, oh shit, he's the best because he makes the most money, he does the most units, he gets the most accolades, allegedly, right? So this is where we are with this shit with Nas. So now that Nas has dropped, all of those people who have they've been raised on accolades and streaming numbers and record sales. Now we're to the point, Jay-Z and a lot of these guys, without really knowing what they were doing, 50 Cent corrupted this shit into now, you're not good if you don't do those numbers. This nigga Jay-Z put his fucking album on Samsung phones and shit, whatever it was, had $1 million off, a million stream sales day one. Soon as the joint dropped, bang, Magna Carta, Holy Grail, platinum. Day one, motherfucker just turned the phone on, right? So now we got to the point where they started doing $1 million in the fucking first week. So how you gonna compete with that if you're really doing real hip hop, right? End of the day, you can't, and at some point you stop trying because then it got real formulaic, and now we got Young Thug going around talking about rappers in a weird place right now because we can't move no units because people are tired of all the formulaic bullshit these labels have been pushing on us for the last 10 years. You guys were eating real good 5 years ago. Well, the shit came down. Real lyrics is back. Real music is back. And we don't care about the sales. But at the end of the day, Nas did 5,000 streams. So it make people feel like, yo, that shit flopped and is worthless. So now the Drake fans have taken it upon themselves to attack Nas. Like for the last 3-4 days, they've been coming at Nas' neck and coming at all fans. I'm going online. They coming at me. I'm fighting back. Fuck it. But at the end of the day, this is what they got. So every exchange I've had about Nas, this, that, and the third, Drake fans come in the comments and say something crazy. And not only that, they made this industry politics post, girl, that I put right beside you. I put that up because that's indicative of what they're saying and doing online. She's not the only one, but this is one of the worst examples. If you go online right now and type Nas, you're going to get a bunch of people saying they like Nas, and you're going to get a bunch of Drake fans talking about, how y'all old niggas lost. Right? This is your guy, this is your savior. Nas ass washed up, da-da-da. They're attacking him. Right? Which Nas don't care. Nas damn about to be a billionaire. Got more money than Drake, let's believe it or fucking not. Okay? He got way more money than Drake if that's what your measuring stick is. But at the end of the day, they don't care about that. They only care about the streaming numbers. I told you, they don't care about nothing but what Spotify says and what Spotify posts. They don't care about nothing else. Only time they mention Apple is when he got #1 on Spotify. So then you'll hear all about Apple, right? When some sexy songs for you wasn't top of Spotify list. Oh, he was #1 on Apple though. You heard about that shit for a week. #1 on Apple Music. But at the end of the day, they love what's on Spotify because that is the metric of what is hot and successful. All of his old stuff still popping. They haven't figured out a way to get the new shit to work. But the old shit is still popping. Motherfucker been in the game for 15 years. Motherfucker like Luther Vandross right now. He got a bunch of old material that still sells. And then nostalgia bombing, they're making sure it gets out there so people go back and listen to Take Care and all the other shit, right? Just like Kendrick stuff has re-emerged on the charts as well. So right now, they got one thing and one thing only. These streams. So they're using that as a weapon against Nas to say, you're not relevant. Meanwhile, Nas sells the Madison Square Garden tomorrow. Nas still tours everywhere. And every time you mention his name, they come out in droves to attack the person. Whoever disrespects Nas, they come out in droves. Motherfuckers that ain't tweeted in 6 months, 6 years will come out and say, fuck Jim Jones, right? So it's like, if you come out and diss Nas, they coming for you. So at the end of the day, Nas still relevant, but at the end of the day, he is in his 50s, and he does have an older fan base who is not going to be as vocal. And they may not even stream as much as you think they should, and they may not be able to support the music that you thought that the way they would have, right? And to be successful on these streams, you actually got to have people going back and repeat it and put it on. So Nas not going to have all that. He's not going to have all these people that's going to go in and re-stream it on repeat and put it on their phones like Drake would. A lot of the shit that's going on with Drake is very questionable. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of funny business going on, but they won't talk about that. They don't want to acknowledge that. All of that is speculation and bullshit. Mind you, let them tell it. Everything K-Dot did was K-Bots and it was all fake stream. So it's like they got to cope. It's a weird dynamic, and I can't even talk to these people, gang. Right? I purposely will write a response, give it 60 seconds and delete it, just so that person can see it and I move on. Like I can't have long-term conversations with these people, gang. They're so deranged. It's like you start losing parts of your brain. You be missing parts of your name. Your equilibrium starts to fail because talking to them, it's like you start to fucking like, yo, I can't believe I'm having this conversation because it's so fucking dumb, right? So I don't talk to Drake fans too long. The ones on Twitter, you can't. I just put my shit up, keep it moving. I'll be gone for 5 hours. Let them talk to themselves. They go on my shit, write all kind of crazy shit under it. Nigga, I never saw your shit, so it don't even matter. Can't hurt what you can't hit, right? End of the day. So what it is right now, they've decided that Nas is public enemy #1. Nas never said a bad word about Drake, right? And he did kind of fan it on his album. He said something, F your Grammy. He said, what'd he say? He said something about, it was something Drake related, right? He didn't disrespect them, but he said something, and I'm sure they're going to take it. And when he said something, he had a line about SZA and Kendrick. He said a line that pushed him even, so he gave him 6 more months of just hate. So now Nas probably got 5-6 years worth of hate just by condoning Kendrick in the slightest way, right? And this is not going to be the end of this story. So as you see with the industry politics, check this down the third, they're writing whole diatribes now. They're really like trying to take Nas' legacy down. It's like what they're doing with Martin Luther King, where he who shall not be named is going to release all the shit that Martin Luther King did wrong. They're trying to remove Martin Luther King's holiday and all this stuff. They want to remove what somebody is known for. If they want to take it away from you because for his greatness. So they want to remove Nas's greatness. They want to take away all the millions. Nas got double platinum albums, all this shit. He's been in one of the greatest hip-hop battles in the history of hip-hop. He's been holding hip-hop down for over 20-some, 30 years, right? They want to remove all of that in one crazy summer because they don't like Nas right now because he's not a big proponent of Drake. Right? I guarantee you, had he shouted out Drake, it'd be a whole different story. That's how they move. It's like, yo, all you got to do is one token shit, and now they on you. Right? Joey Badass went at Kendrick. Now they Joey Badass fans, right? Didn't listen to his shit either, right? But they supported him. Yeah, get him. Like, Kendrick got to respond. So right now they're on a real mission to destroy Nas's legacy. They're putting whole think pieces together. They're doing all kind of laughing and this, that, and the third. So anybody that's talking about Nas right now, expect some really foul shit to come your way, because what they're doing now, they think by transferring hate to Nas, it's going to somehow bring positivity to Drake. I don't understand the train of thought, or they just don't care. I told you, they'll rip the whole shit down. They'll destroy it. They'll destroy the whole shit. Drake and everybody else on that side, they'll destroy hip-hop itself just so Drake can reign supreme, right? It's like, what's this guy? What's the guy, Henry from Stranger Things? He'll destroy the whole shit just to make the whole shit look like he wants it to look, right? So it's like, they want it to look a certain way so this guy can reign over, like, dead land. Like, they could just destroy the whole shit, that he can be the ruler of it. And they could just be subjects or something. I don't know what's going on. But end of the day, they actively are trying to ruin Nas's name out here. They're trying to bring up everything. I told you a couple weeks, not even weeks. I think it was last week. They started with the Khalid stuff. They started bringing back all this old shit. So they're coming at Nas in a very calculated way. It ain't going to work, but it is to a degree on their side, because I told you they run in narratives, and the narratives they don't go away. Right? I told you, and I saw my brother-in-law. He said, what's up with hip hop dying because of your boy? Right? I told you the narratives, then they started that narrative that Kendrick was destroying hip-hop weeks ago. Right? But right now, my brother-in-law just said this to me last weekend. What's up with your boy killing hip-hop? So somebody who casually goes online, they don't be on there, they don't really dig into a lot of shit. They'll see these narratives about Kendrick, about Nas, and that'll stick in their head. Then 2 weeks later, that's the narrative they're spitting out at the dinner table. You know what I mean? So this is what they want. They want to change people's history and legacy. It ain't going to work, but they're trying. So that's what I'm here to tell you, that once again, they're on the wrong side of history for the dumbest of shit. Right? It don't take much for them to turn against you and try to ruin you. So they're trying to ruin Nas. We ain't gonna let that happen, but I'm just helping you understand, because knowledge is power, right? If you don't know what's going on, then what the hell can you do about anything? So just so you know, when you see these posts and you see all this shit about Nas, and your head starts spinning, you're like, yo, what the fuck? Why? You know why. It's because Drake fans, right? They upset, they hurt, and they want to try to bring some type of legacy back to Drake. The legacy is ruined, gang. It's over. That's it, man. I'm out of here. I don't have nothing else to say. I do got a video coming about the Premo and Nas album. I'm not going to say what went wrong. I'm not going to say what went wrong. But what I am going to do, I just want to discuss in depth what's going on with hip hop as we know it, and whether you like the album or not is not the point. It's deeper than that, and we're gonna have that conversation. All right, man. Let me know what you think in the comments, man. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental US. Also, BTJ and Fliz go live every Wednesday night. We are not going live this Wednesday or next Wednesday because of the holidays. So happy holidays to you guys, and happy New Year and all this and the third. But we will not. There's almost no chance we're going to go live on Christmas Eve or on New Year's Eve. All right. So I might go live by myself, but we'll see. All right. I don't know. I'm tap in, man. Also, me, TJ, and Fliz, we got a new album. It's called The What Project. Project's dope. It's fire. We got a video called This That, some real hip hop shit. Tap in. It's in my videos. Scroll back a little bit and look for This That, featuring Fliz, TJ, and myself. Dope record. All right, man. I'm out of here. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin. grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within, with the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin, with the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end, and then secured a spot with some goons and some kin, and then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking, and all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like past fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face, and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here and we ain't the cheese, we the trap.